You start it whenever you want.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, we are here, obviously, as the proposition to propose this model that this House believes that the Greek military should suspend democratic government until economic. Right now, Greece has been plagued with economic stagnation. We all know this to be true, and there are a few reasons for why this is so. First, right now they are trying to pass economic policies that are both inefficient and only exacerbating the economic problems within that country. We know that right now they're trying to pass austerity measures which are not necessarily the best solution for Greece because they're trying to cut social programs and increase the taxes. We think that this is detrimental to their economy as well as the economy of the EU as a whole. But second, they are not living up to the policies that the EU is trying to hold them up to. Angela Merkel and Wolfgang Schäuble of Germany are trying to push Greece to actually pass policies that are beneficial for them. And while many people in the Greek government believe that this is true, there are others that try to stop those policies. Which is the third reason why this is actually becoming a problem. Because there is political stagnation as well as economic stagnation. Right now there is massive gridlock going on within the Greek government, and that's the one fundamental flaw of democracy is the fact that whenever you have so many voices speaking out against so many things, because it's so impossible to actually get your true voice out there, it's very, very difficult and time-consuming to actually be able to fix the problems that you're trying to pass. So because this is a huge detrimental problem, because this democracy is actually the key factor keeping us from actually having some progress in Greece, we think that this is a bad thing because they are consistently dragging down the EU as a whole. They are digging a grave for both themselves and the economic instability for the entire continent of Europe. Because so many countries actually depend on Greece, and because so many countries, such as Germany and Britain and France, are trying to bail out Greece and spending so much money in trying to make this happen, this is only making it harder for them to survive. So, what we see is, therefore, we propose the motion that the Western liberal democracies in the EU stand behind the Greek military to suspend all democratic bodies from functioning until the economy is on par to recovery. So basically what this means is until we actually see some spark of recovery and start to see some sort of GDP growth, we are going to suspend basically all democratic bodies, such as their parliaments and their Congress. And we will, this is basically what happened because during this time, international economic advisors such as Angela Merkel, Wolfgang Schäuble, and Chris Berg are actually going to step in and be advised, and of course help advise us to make sure that we are able to make the best policies in Greece, to make these policies that are catered specifically to the problems within the country so that they are best suited to build these. And these economic advisors in Europe are probably the best people that we think are most important. With that, I'll take time.
Yeah, can you describe for the House today what happened when democracy and ultimately government was suspended in Egypt?
I'm glad you talked about Egypt. I knew this was coming. I'm glad. You see, this is a great example of what is the difference between the Middle East and Europe is, right? So we understand that Egypt is, of course, in North Africa. It doesn't really have the same religious factions. It doesn't have the same political factions. This is not a comparable example. While yes, this is obviously a problem that we saw in Egypt, this is not going to happen within Greece. And there are actually a few reasons why this is true. First of all, because there are no religious, there aren't many religious extremists within Greece that are trying to take over. There is the Muslim Brotherhood that's trying to take over this policy. Second of all, they also have check-back factors. The entire EU is going to be advised on this, so that if anything happens, the EU can then check back so that this doesn't happen. Within Egypt, the only thing really trying to check back was pressure from the United States, which we obviously saw was not very effective. So, there are a few reasons. Basically all we need is just this recovery. Greece is considered leaving the EU, and this is obviously a detrimental fact because if they are able to do this, simply because there are so many different ideas from their government, we need to suspend this so that they can actually find out the most objective and beneficial policies rather than having politicians just go out for their own interests at this point. No thanks. So first of all, what this does is it benefits the EU more, and that basically it increases the world economy. So what we can see is, of course, this is your generic economy argument. What happens is, whenever we actually see this economic recovery coming out of Greece, because as I've already stated, so many countries depend on this, No more countries are going to be having to bail out Greece. We all know that bailouts are just a black hole of money. These people are only spending more and more money. It's not going anywhere. It's not creating recovery. Because they're actually helping build Greece's economy from the ground up again, we're going to see a better economy in that government. So what happens is, whenever this happens, it's like a spillover effect. Now other countries can actually, one, take away from the standards that Greece has set for them, but secondly, they'll also be able to benefit through trading with Greece. Because this is, of course, a Eurozone economy, this has a spillover effect on the entire region. So what happens is, this actually creates a more integrated Eurozone. Because this actually increases the integration, this means that more trading partners will be able to be pursued, more trade will be ensued, and then we will see a larger level, a higher level of economic efficiency within that region. So we can see that this actually, because even within the Eurozone, they trade with everybody, such as China, such as the United States, such as Middle Eastern or any other OPEC countries. We can see that this is actually going to benefit them as well, because the entire economy is going to be much more stable. Greece was one of the more detrimental countries within the EU. By solving the root of the problem, we can actually weed out the problem and then fix it as a whole. So, second, we understand that this is actually going to create social programs within Greece, actually improving the human rights within that country. We see that right now there is no detrimental effect for the people themselves. This is actually going to have. This doesn't really mean that the people can't vote or the people can't do anything. They've already had their elections. There isn't going to be any sort of detrimental policies on them. This is basically only on the democratic bodies such as the Congress or Parliament. And this basically only allows, so the people don't really see much change, only the economic benefits of what the economy is doing and what the government is actually passing in favor of them. So this actually creates more social programs because, one, it has no effect on them. They're not losing human rights anyway. They're not going to lose their voice. They still have the opportunity to help out and to help advise and be asked, whenever they have polls to find out what they think would be the best idea. Or this helps improve the consumer confidence within that country as well. But we also see that this is actually going to help make more money for these social programs. This allows more social programs like healthcare and of course education and all these other policies are going to be pushed further so that now these people can actually have a better quality of life so that they can actually pursue their own policies. And we think that this is obviously going to be very beneficial for this country. So for all these reasons, we are extremely proud to propose this motion.
Thank the Prime Minister for his fine speech and would call upon the Leader of Opposition to open their case.